as an actor, you kind of develop a relationship with a character that exists for as long as you play it, and then you take off the costume and you walk away, and that's it. And the amazing thing about Loki is that this is my third meeting with him, and you know, we've had a year between each film, and so essentially my understanding of the character every time deepens every time. And I feel like the Thor sequel and my third engagement with playing him is a chance as an actor to find new depth, new dimension, new iterations of his psychology, of his physicality, his capacity for feeling. And God bless him, he's a complicated cat, you know? He's on one level this kind of off-the-rails psychopathic agent of chaos who exists in the mythology as a kind of wrecking ball. But on a human level, his psychology and his emotional landscape is very, very interesting because he's so intelligent and yet so broken. He still loves provoking people. He still loves finding and exploiting weakness. He's still selfish and vain and arrogant and proud, but he's also elegant and amusing, and he's so full of charisma, and that's why I love playing him. Is that he's not just he's not all out bad guy. He's not scary in that way. He's someone who knows his true nature and is having a really good time. So that's kind of why I love playing him. Is there is an element of delight and joy at being bad, and I think that part of that comes from the fact that he's never had the responsibility of kingship. So he's a free agent, and now that he's adopted and he knows who he is, he feels possessed of a confidence that there is no other Loki in the entire universe. He's the only Loki there is, and he loves that. The most exciting thing about working with Chris, I should say, is I've always thought of acting as kind of like a tennis match, and you're only as good as the person you're playing with, you know. And there is I speak as a huge tennis fan as well. I love the sport, and the thing that's exciting about both tennis and acting is that the rally between people is where the magic happens. It's not necessarily who's playing, but there's a particular chemistry that you can have with another actor, and it's all to do with trust. And Chris and I, from the very first, frames of Thor, we just really trusted each other. And when you trust the person you're acting with, you can go so much deeper, and you can reveal so much more, and it's just so much more fun. And that has been one of the great pleasures of doing these films is working with him, because we just sort of get it, and it's a really nice rare and unique relationship to have with an actor where anything goes, and I'd say that's the primary strength, is that you can go deeper, and also because it's our third film playing these characters, he has such extraordinary input into how Thor now looks at Loki. Alan is fantastic, and I think, within sort of seconds he revealed his experience and also his openness in creating a really believable world. I think he's built on something that Kenneth Branagh created, and added extra kind of dimension. I thought that was really interesting, is that he wanted to expand our sense of the world. He wanted to sort of deepen and shade it. He wanted to give it a kind of a grittier feel, that this is the race that the Vikings worshipped. And there was a very clear link that felt somehow ancient and Viking and Norse and rugged and kind of salty. But also, I think he's had a huge hand in the complexity of the story. He's really good at the subtlety of things, and I've enjoyed his understanding and input of Loki enormously. He's sort of he loves the delight. He loves the kind of the tap dancer element of it. As in, I say that because tap dancers, people like Fred Astaire, they made it look so easy, but there was such effort behind it. And I think Alan loves the part of Loki that it's all just effortless. He's enormously powerful, but and he can create absolute kind of hurricane-style havoc, but it's all at the sort of flick of a finger or the twist of a hand, and that's been really fun developing that with him.